And I've come to the study of climate change through my studies. Prior to that, throughout my childhood, my teenage years, I had actually never heard anything about climate change.
And young people from my community are so not fully informed on climate change and what it brings. It is still a foreign language to them. I'm trying by all means to actually bring them closer, starting by films and also activities that are around climate change.
And it breaks my heart to see that the earth is really warming and people are not aware of that. We can say maybe it's ignorance, but sometimes it's lack of information. As youth, we are disprivileged in a way that we do not have such information.
The most important conversations that I felt have been missing in the climate change conversation is how to adapt to it today, right now. I mean, we talk about solutions for climate change that can be implemented 5-10 years from now, but then how do we make it so we can continue to thrive and survive during these times now while implementing your mitigations and just transitions?
The information is not accessible to majority of the youth, or rather also, apart from being accessible, not relatable. I think it becomes a bit harder for the youth to understand certain concepts and be able to participate in certain environments confidently and freely if they're not exposed to these concepts at a younger age.
In terms of policy development and planning, yes, we do. They do try to gather and then inform us, make us aware, but then when is at that crucial stage where what we said is supposed to be written down and taken note of, we are left out at the end.
I actually can take a stand by contributing towards policies that are made, as much as I'm still navigating towards that part of understanding really the processes of policies. But I've learned so much, and I believe that as young people, it is pivotal, like today, not tomorrow, not together, like today, we should find ways to make a difference.
When you look at history, there are many instances of youth and young people making a change in society. And so I think when it comes to the fight against climate change, it's the same thing. We need to involve young people. We need to ensure that the youth are involved in laws and policies that are made that are related to climate change.
I use the power of films to spark conversations around communities, different African films and documentaries. Right now, I've been focusing more on Kisilu, a Kenyan farmer who started from the ground level advocating for climate change, and I use that with young people from my community that are into biodiversity and also farmers.
I'm just interested in how I can bring language practice or indigenous languages into just transitions, because I feel like if it's just transitions, it should be inclusive of the creative arts, and creative economies should be included there.
Like what I do in my community is that we all come together as young people and we do cleanups. So whenever we have resources such as gloves and plastic bags, we actually just take that up and we go to an area that we feel like we can conquer in a day, and we do that cleanup. So that's
the inclusion of youth is so important when it comes to rallying around this global issue that we have, which is climate change. So in my perspective, I feel like it is so important that the youth is included through education systems, through programs, and just including climate change in the curriculum could make such a huge difference.
Climate change should be introduced as part of the primary and secondary level education within the education system.
Getting our messages across, it's really important for for people to use vernac, because really they do not understand these big terms that we are using, because we are academics in most cases. So there needs to be inclusion, and we really need to adapt and be flexible.
We need to go about seeking solutions ourselves without having foreign entities interfere within us seeking a solution.